In 1981, Ursula Herrmann was a 10-year-old girl, the youngest of 4 siblings, living in a small town called Eching, north of Munich. Her father was a teacher, and her mother was a housewife. Ursula loved playing the piano and took lessons with her older brother, Michael. She was also fond of gymnastics, which she practiced in a neighboring town, Skondorf, reachable by a 10-minute bike ride through a forest. On September 15, 1981, the first day of the new school year, Ursula returned home, took a piano lesson with Michael, and then headed to Skondorf for her gymnastics class. She later visited her uncle's house for dinner before starting her journey back home. When she didn't arrive, Ursula's father and uncle rushed to the forest to search for her, while her mother contacted the police. Despite a joint search effort by police, firefighters, and townspeople, the only clue they found was her red bike near the lake. The search resumed at dawn, but without any further leads. 36 hours after her disappearance, the family received an eerie phone call with only a 3-second radio jingle followed by silence. This was repeated 3 times in an hour. The next day, a ransom letter arrived, written in broken German using cutout letters from newspapers and magazines. The letter was delayed by a day due to the postal service. The family received additional cryptic calls, but were never given proof that Ursula was alive. The ransom, partly collected through donations and partly paid by the state, was eventually ready. On September 21st, the family received another letter with instructions for delivering the ransom, but it was the last communication they received. 2 weeks later, police resumed their search, this time using iron bars to probe the forest floor. On October 4, 1981, they uncovered a wooden box buried under a blanket of leaves. Inside was Ursula, dead. The box was equipped with basic provisions and an air pipe, but the design failed to provide adequate ventilation. Ursula suffocated within 30 minutes to 5 hours of being placed inside, according to the autopsy. The box's weight and its burial location indicated that more than one person was involved. Despite extensive investigations and even a reward offer, the police had few leads. Suspicion eventually fell on Werner Mazurek, a 31-year-old mechanic with a criminal record and substantial debts. Although no physical evidence linked Mazurek to the crime, he became the primary suspect. His acquaintance, Klaus, initially confessed to helping bury the box but later retracted his statement. In 2004, the case was reopened. Klaus had died of cancer, but Mazurek was still alive. Monitored and wiretapped, his DNA did not match any found at the crime scene. However, a tape recorder found in his home was suspected to have been used to play the radio jingle during the calls. In 2008, Mazurek was charged with Ursula's abduction. During the 2009 trial, the prosecution argued that his debts and handyman skills motivated and enabled the crime. Key evidence included the tape recorder and Klaus's earlier testimony. Mazurek was convicted in 2010 and sentenced to life imprisonment. While many were satisfied with the conviction, Michael, Ursula's brother, remained skeptical. He doubted the reliability of Klaus's testimony and suspected the true perpetrator might still be at large. Despite multiple attempts to reopen the case, Michael's efforts were in vain. The case is officially closed, but doubts linger. Many, including Michael, remain unconvinced of Mazurek's guilt.